Oh yes, it is Monday. It is the 18th of September 2017. It is time for some MCC news. It's been a while and, well, I'm going to get rid of these little eyeballs. And well, don't let the weird goggly eyes fool you. Yes, I'm going to be seriously covering some news articles because I've been away for a while, so there's a lot of things to cover. There's a few new things and also a couple of old things. Our first story is all about Cutoffs, and yeah, old man Logan went for 2.1 mil, which is pretty darn low. Not as low as other champions have been in the past, but still low enough. A really underrated champion, and if you get your hands on him, then, you know, just go for it, because, you know, you could use him for some stuff. And with the kind of push from Alliance Wars to be all about diversity, then this is a kind of a good a chance as any to get him. Medusa went for an expectable kind of a 16 mil, so yeah, it's kind of the way it is, but you know, she's a good champion, so therefore in some ways it is kind of justified. In other ways people will go, damn, I missed out on Medusa, I'm really darn peed off. So 16 mil, 0.4 has got her for you. Our next bit of news is that I'm losing my eyes. The second bit of news is the surprise maintenance, which was hit yesterday, and a lot of people were just questioning well, what this was all about. There was a lot of kind of connection disruptions on the 17th of September 2017, so that was the Sunday. So still more questions to be answered as what the heck was going on. I'm not sure if anybody else experienced connection disruptions, but it definitely was something within the game, not anyone's connection problems themselves. So maybe somebody at the Alabama office at Kabam decided to go, hey, let me turn this thing off, and then obviously everything went down, but who knows. More details to be revealed. Our next story is all about Alliance Wars and that age-old saying, if it ain't broke, you don't need to fix it. And this is something all about, yes, we've got Defender diversity, yes, it's something new, the Casper Slide Part 2 featuring a platinum band, but in all seriousness, it is a little bit frustrating to kind of see things where people have kind of done very well, they've fought well, they've got a decent defender rating, the attack kills are good, all the decent stuff that could point you into a direction of going, yes, we should technically win this war, but they're then screwed over by defender diversity. And yeah, okay, it's great to see more diversity with regards to champions. However, though, you can take it from a different perspective and say that, hey, does it really force people to buy featured crystals to then diversify their champions? Does it force people to get certain or do certain content to get different champions? In a sense that you're creating that diversity, is putting you to do different stuff in the game. And then when you come to take those champions and go like, hey, look, I've got a Medusa, like I got her from a crystal, that is good for my defender diversity. But at the same time, a lot of people will feel very unlucky because most people have a lot of the champions within the game. Obviously, there are 140 odd. There's a lot more to be added. But it's like saying, well, if you technically need in the game, you as an alliance need 150 different champions. Obviously, 5 divided by 30. You need 150 in the alliance of different champions in order to put a full diversity spread in. And obviously that's going to give you a lot more points. A lot of alliances are kind of then changing the way that they're doing it. Obviously they may go like, well, I've got a Psylocke, but the opponents don't. But therefore, what do I need to do with that Psylocke? Do I need to then make sure she is rank 5? And obviously then what it does is it pushes people to rank up certain champions which they may not use in different content. Like, it's like saying, okay, I've got a Wolverine, I've got him awakened, I'm going to use him for Realm of Legends, and he is my go-to champion. But instead you're kind of got, say you're another person and you've got Venom Pool, and you're going, right, okay, well that technically means I have to rank 5 him as my first rank 5 because it then benefits defender diversity. There's a lot of kind of like micro arguments to this, and I think it's something that, you know, if you want to put in the comment section or respond to this feature here, which is the big thread about defender diversity, about winning and losing, and the whole kind of thing with that. There's a big argument to this, so yeah, go nuts in the comment section. Let's kind of like talk this out, but it is a bit frustrating to kind of think that, hey, I think my Joe Fixit is going to be a really decent person to help me out with defender diversity. I would not think in a million years in 2017 of playing the game, back when he was first released, way over a year, maybe even 2 years ago, that I'd be ever saying that. Go for Joe Fixit because he's helpful for diversity. Yay. Oh, and just a little side note, yes, this kind of like point is really true. It's like the new Alliance War scoring system takes the skill and joy completely out of the aspect of the game. That does ring true, especially when you're kind of looking at the fact that if you take your 3 top champions into Alliance Wars, chances are you're going to be able to get right to the kind of the end boss before you know it, based on the fact that everybody who has diversity in their champions will kind of go, right, what I've done is I've taken all of my ranking up gear and I've put it towards champions, again, like we said, that were useful, and now, well, they're kind of not so useful, so therefore all the ones that are helpful for diversity are not being ranked up. Our next story is all about Blade. Now, Blade hasn't come into the game just yet. Yes, we had that teasing photo that kind of put the silhouettes in, and yeah, there's a good chance that that is a real image. When those do appear up, it is fairly, you know, most of the time it is correct. The last 2 times it has been correct, and obviously I think probably correct this time. But what are people expecting from Blade? This article is quite fun and also categorizes stuff with regards to what he should be like based on source material. So people are saying that Killer Bleed, a little bit of Incinerate, but obviously people are kind of going up, well, that may put it into like Gwenpool kind of area, and you know, we don't want to replicate those kind of things. Hopefully it will be something of a higher Vader, looking at comparisons to, say, Black Widow, and the real high element of skill. The way that the character is going to be either a skill or a mute, would be interesting to be a mutant, but it's not. Mystic was probably the kind of other one. If it's not a skill, it would be a mystic, and if it's not mystic, it would be a skill. The aspects of regen, something that we could see, and that would be pretty cool. But I think it might have to be something off the L3. I'm talking like a bite, and the regeneration being off of biting and kind of bloodletting or drawing blood, or kind of absorbing blood. Obviously very difficult if you're facing off against a character that's a robot, or immunity to that, or bleed immunity. Obviously the chances are, and you could say like, if the enemy bleeds, then you regenerate, which it would be a kind of a cool concept and something that would never have been in the game before. So Kabam, go nuts. Please don't let us down with this champion. I have high hopes. I will be going for features for this. And chances are I only have the one chance of going featured, but we'll see by then. There's still a month to go, so fingers crossed on that. Our next story is all about New York Comic Con, and it's all about Morningstar. And this is all about the fact that we've got Morningstar being a champion that could be won for people that compete in the competition. Obviously, a lot of Marvel Contest of Champions YouTubers are going. I'm not, because I can't afford it, and also I can't get the time off work, but that's just life. Maybe next year. But the main thing is that this character called Morningstar is something that this might be the tease when it comes to the enemy for Guillotine in the future. And the big issue that I have is something going back to a few other videos where I said that Al Ewing, who is the creator of Guillotine and helped develop the character for Kabam and for the Marvel Contest of Champions kind of comic books, has no input in this, which I find incredibly disappointing, because Guillotine as a character is a fairly new character, and the universe around her hasn't been kind of expanded to the point of, well, what's her main protagonist and the kind of general structure behind it. So it would be interesting to find out what they're actually doing, but I do think it's a little bit disappointing not to have his influence in. And I have spoken to him, and he has said that he has had no input with regards to this character being put in. Now, if you are going to New York Comic Con, then there is a chance that you could participate in this tournament in order to win Morningstar as a champion. And there is a 5-star on offer, so hey, good luck to anybody participating. And it will be interesting to see, you know, will this be a little bit later on in October being put in? Early October, first champion in, whilst we're getting a champion released in the game. At the same time, this is being a thing that's going on. Very, very exciting stuff to see. And obviously, one of the good things about it is you can chat to the team. So don't give them too much shit. If you had to stand all day getting people shit with regards to stuff going on with the game, it's not a physical forum. Man, I'd hate that. Just like standing there all day, people going, yeah, don't like Alliance Wars, I don't like that, you're overpriced on this, you need to sort it out. That can be hell. But still, maybe even just say something nice to them. Your game's alright from time to time. There you go. So that has been MCC News. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Remember to support the channel by, you know, subscribing and following me on social media and all that stuff. As well, make sure to give a look through those news articles that we talked about. The links are in the description below. And also, if you want to watch any more MCOCNEWS news videos, then put the notifications on so you see them when they pop up. And yeah, catch you on the flip side. And sorry about the goggly eyes to start with, but it's fun. Bye bye for now.